The psychology behind effortless conversations. In this video, I am going to give you a structure to start the new conversations without any effort. Have you ever met someone and the conversation just flows effortlessly? No awkward pauses, no overthinking, no pressure, but with others, every sentence feels like a work. So, what is the difference? It is not the personalities, it is not confidence, it is psychology. Most people think a good conversations depends on being interesting, having the right topics, knowing what to say next. But that is not how conversations actually work. Conversations feel effortless when the brain experiences safety, curiosity, and flow. When these are missing, conversations feel forced, awkward, draining. So the real problem is not what to say, the problem is how the interaction feels psychologically. Imagine sitting next to someone on a long train journey. You start talking, the first few sentences are polite, then suddenly the conversation becomes engaging. You talk about the experiences, you laugh, they laugh, time passes quickly. Now imagine another situation. You meet someone at the formal event, you ask, so what do you do? The answer, silence. You feel pressure to continue. Same skill level, different experience because one conversation created psychological flow, the other didn't. My dear friends, let me give you a framework flow. I call it flow method. Number one, follow interest. Number two, layer questions. And then number three, open emotional space. And number four, wave shared meaning so that both the people can take something out of it. So let us go with the step number one, follow interest. Instead of jumping topics, follow what feels naturally interesting for other person. If someone mentions travel, don't switch topics. So stay there for some time. What makes you so interesting in the traveling? So what is the best travel so far? Ask certain questions. That is where they will connect to you and stay there, connect there. What was the most memorable place you visited so far? They never forget your conversation. Interest in the other person creates the flow. Number two, layer questions. Ask deeper questions, not random ones. Instead of where are you from, just ask what do you enjoy most about living there. Layering builds depth. What is the best thing in your home? What is the best thing happening in your college? What is the best thing about your organization, which I don't know? The layered questions so deepens the connection. Number three, open emotional space. Effortless conversation include emotions, not just facts. Like, that must have been exciting. Now, the conversation feels human when you appreciate genuinely with the people. They feel human, they feel respected. That is where connection goes and conversation keeps. And we've shared meaning, connect their story with yours. There is always some connection we can make with any stranger in the world. For example, that reminds me of a similar experience I had at your age. Now it becomes a saved conversation, not an interview, not interrogation. So, with this flow, let your voice flow. Let us compare two conversation styles side by side. Awkward conversation, person A says, so, what do you do? And person B answers, so, and person A, oh, okay, nice. Thank you. It's end of the conversation. By using the flow, let us see what happens. Person A, what do you enjoy most about your work? Person B answers now. And person A, that sounds very interesting. What got you to do that? Conversation continues, more layered questions, more connections. The same topic, same scenario, but a different structure. That is a flow. When you understand the psychology of the conversations, so something changes, my dear friends. You stop trying to impress, you start creating the flow. Conversations feel easier, conversations feel deeper, because effortless conversations are not about being perfect, they are about creating the right psychological environment. When your voice creates that environment, your voice becomes powerful. That is the philosophy of the walk, creative essence of your voice. If you want to master communication, conversation skills, storytelling, persuasion, please subscribe to VAAK. Because when you understand conversation psychology, every interaction becomes easier. My dear friends, your ideas worth spreading. Your voice had the power. Let us build a nation with the strong voices. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.